Welcome everyone to the tie-break clash between Aronyak Ghosh and Mateusz Bartel. Aronyak brings his rook to d1. The queen is a little bit offside, but right now the position is in white's favor. Knight bd7 played by Mateusz. He's trying to consolidate here. Aronyak Ghosh brings his bishop back to e2, attacking the queen. Very important to go back to g6 here. Instead, he plays queen h4, a massive blunder. Now rook d4 simply traps the queen. Aronyak can take lead in the match in the 15 plus 10 segment. Their classical games ended in 1-1, and the youngster from India can get this in. He's focused, he's trying to get and see the move. I think he spotted it. Rook d4. The queen is trapped, and look at Mateusz. He had missed it totally. The queen has nowhere to go and he resigns. First win in for Aronyak Ghosh. And now it's time for the second game as Aronyak takes 1-0 lead in the match. Can Aronyak finish it off now? He just needs a draw in the next one. Mateusz needs to win with the white pieces. Now moving on to the second game. Rook moves in to e1, attacking the bishop on e7. White is slightly better. Bishop d6 played by Aronyak. He's ready to give up an exchange here. Bishop to f6, attacking the rook and the queen. Queen g3, threatening a mate. Takes the queen. Bishop takes. And now rook e3. This is hanging on g3. So he goes back bishop d6. And now you take the exchange. And yes, black has some compensation because one pawn and a bishop for a knight. Knight d4 played, attacking the pawn on c6. Aronyak Ghosh has to decide now what to do. He just needs a draw to move to the second round and face Levon Aronian. He pushes his pawn to c5. And Bartel, well, must take here. B takes c5. But instead he goes knight c6. And now there's a possibility to push pawn to d4. But Aronyak blunders big time. And look at Bartel. He's like, what the hell is happening? I can simply take here, right? Knight takes d8. Bishop c5. Pinning here. King f2. Maybe there is b3, b2, b1. I'm not so sure what's happening here. It's taking the rook. He takes the free rook. Aronyak goes bishop c5. He has it covered. Now king f2, very important. If rook e1 here, already this pawn is dangerous. So king f2, keeping the rook here. Knight c6 played here. b3, knight c6, bishop takes. King takes. And I believe Aronyak wanted to play b2, but missed knight e7 and knight g6. Oh, big miss by Aronyak. Bishop e4. And now Bartel is going to get his win in. Knight to b4. He's coming back to d3 to block the pawn. And he's going to win this. Aronyak resigns. Bartel scores the win. It's again 1-1 as they move into 10 plus 10 segment. Wow. What a match this is turning out to be between Mateusz Bartel from Poland and Aronyak Ghosh. Well, it's time for the 10 plus 10 segment. Handshake, and Aronyak opens with pawn to d4. Knight comes out to f6, knight to f3. We have pawn to e6 played here. And bishop f4, the London system. b6, e3 played. The bishop comes to b7, and now bishop d3 by Aronyak. Knight h5, attacking the bishop on f4. And he goes bishop g5. Bartel offers the bishop for trade. He takes, queen takes on e7, and white castles. It's going to be very exciting now. f5 played by Mateusz. He wants to control the e4 square. Later on, maybe castle, bring his rook up. c4 played by Aronyak, rightly so, getting some pawns in the center. Black castles. The knight can come out to c3. He plays it. Knight to c3. And now knight to f6 played. Rook comes to c1. Knight to c6, developing the knight here. And pawn to d5. Aronyak plays in the center. Knight comes in, attacks the bishop, also putting pressure on the pawn. Bishop drops back. Notice that pawn takes pawn. The f5 pawn becomes weak. So a5 played here by Mateusz. He wants to control the c5 square for his knight here. Rook e1 played. Pawn takes pawn taken. And let's see what he does. He pushes his pawn to a3. Mateusz comes back, knight a6. And now just c takes d5. White is clearly better here. He takes with the knight. Interesting move. Knight takes d5. C takes d5. The bishop is a bit blocked. There's pressure on c7. But on the other hand, black has pressure here. The f pawn could move forward. The rook is active. Knight is jumping into c5. He goes queen d2. Knight to c5 played, threatening a fork here. Knight to d4, stopping that. And now he takes on d5. The game sharpens here. Pawn to b4 played. AB. AB. And knight to e6. Well, he could have gone knight e4. He could have gone knight b3. But he chooses e6. You can now chop off the pawn on f5. Aronyak takes it. Knight f5. White is better here. He goes bishop to c6. And pawn to e4 played. King h8 moved away there. And pawn to f3. You can see white has a very nice structure in the position. Queen to e5. And rook e1, rook d1 played from e1. Bartel goes g6, kicking the knight away. Does weaken the king a bit. Knight e7 played. Aronyak attacks the bishop here. The bishop goes to a4, attacking the rook. The bishop c2 is a must. He plays it. The d7 pawn could become weak after trades. He takes on c2. Rook takes c2. Now this pawn is hanging. Well, maybe there is c6. Because if you take on d7, maybe there is rook d8. He plays c5. And he wants to get his knight to d4. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn. And can Aronyak enter queen h6 with the idea of knight g6? Yes, he plays it. Knight to g6 coming in. Look at the time on the clock. 1 minute 16 seconds for Bartel. Queen f6, a good move. He takes on d7. Now this is too risky now because rook is coming in. There's knight g5, knight e4, knight f3. Business. This is very risky stuff. Knight g5 played. Notice that there could be a potential mate here. h4, a huge blunder. A huge mistake. Rook a1 check is winning. If Bartel finds it. Rook a1 check. If king h2, just queen f4, game over. g3, knight f3 is hanging. King goes up, checkmate. And if king f2, just knight takes e4 is crushing. Take the pawn, Bartel. You're winning. No, he blunders. He goes knight e6. He gives it to Aronyak. He gives it there. Knight moves and it's a mate here. Knight d5 is beautiful, but there's queen d4 check. I don't know if you can protect at 7. Aronyak calculating there. He has 1 minute 24 seconds. Finds, oh my goodness. Knight g8. What a move. And now there is mate here on h7. Had to give up his queen. Aronyak Ghosh is totally winning now. His knight is trapped, but who cares? He's winning the g6 pawn. He has a total of 2 extra pawns there, and maybe he's going to win the third one here. And look at Mateusz. He had a totally big winning chance there by taking on e4, but instead he went back. He was not sharp enough. And now This position is totally winning. You have a queen and 3 pawns for a rook and knight. That's just too much. Too much material. King g1. Rook f8. And now queen comes to g4, rook e8, and rook to d7. Well, once he trades the rooks, it's all over. And we will move into the second 10 plus 10 game. And in a few moves later, the game just progressed this way. It was queen coming in here. Finally, queen d8 check, and Aronyak won. Bartel resigned. 1-0 lead in the 10 plus 10 segment for Aronyak. Now all that he needs is a draw in the final 10 plus 10 game, or if Bartel strikes back, it will be 5 plus 3 segment. Pawn to f5 pushed. Bartel, well, it's equal position, but anything can happen here. Rook takes f5 taken. He plays knight to b6. Now bishop takes on a6. You can see that white has definite attacking chances with the pawn being here. A rook, knight, bishop comes back on c3. The position is even. It's very interesting. Maybe in bishop b4. He goes queen d7, attacking the rook. The rook must come back to f2 or f3, but blunders queen f3. Misses the fork on h4. Totally lost position. Will Aronyak spot it? This fork, I mean, it's simple chess, and look at Bartel. He can't believe it. This is attacked, and okay, although Bartel is not losing directly, but here just knight f5, queen a6, knight e3, queen b6, and queen g4 is a forced mate. He resigns. He resigns here after knight h4. Aronyak Ghosh wins the World Cup round 1 and goes to round 2 to face Levon Aronian. A smile on his face. Bartel is sad. Pure emotions on display. Well, spare a thought for Mateusz Bartel. He fought really well, but kudos to Aronyak Ghosh. Amazing work by the youngster.
We have with us the star of the first round, international master Aronyak Ghosh. He just eliminated grandmaster Mateusz Bartel. Congratulations, Aronyak. Well, in the first round, you lost the first game and you were in a must-win situation. You won the must-win second game. So how did you do that? Like, what did you tell yourself when you lost the first game?
The first thing is the first game, the game which I lost, it was completely equal, and it's like I threw the game for nothing, and well, it was definitely a big setback. Considering if I had lost some normal game, it was okay, but the position which I lost, it was horrible for me. And okay, the second game I was like, okay, I mean, I just need to keep on playing, yeah. And yeah, I'm actually kind of proud of that game. I mean, yeah, I threw away my advantage a couple of times, but other than that, I think it was a decent game.
Yeah, in the first game, it was an opposite color bishop endgame, but it was equal. And in the second game, when he went for a b5 break, you took the pawn, and eventually that turned out to be the decisive factor because the b pawn went on to win. So when he tried to break the position open when he played b5, what was going through your mind? That you got a great opportunity.
No, first of all, I did not see b5. I thought like I had kind of a bind in that position, and the opposite colored bishop in this scenario was very helpful to me. Queens on the board, and I had a lot of chances for an attack. But b5, I think it was critical, or I'm not sure if it was the best move, but I think it was a very good move to complicate matters. And look, after b5, yeah, I did not think about any chances and all. I just had to keep on playing. Yeah.
Well, today in the first 15 plus 10 game, I think it finished in like 15 or 16 moves where you trapped your opponent's queen. He played queen h4 and I think rook d4 and you trapped the queen. So, how did that make you feel? Finish like you were the fastest out of 20 tiebreak games. Your game finished the fastest. So, how did that make you feel?
Yeah, first of all, I missed rook d4. I adjusted my e2 bishop, and I was thinking of playing something like d6 or something. And then I thought, like, I have rook d. Wait a minute, I have rook d4, and where is the queen going? So yeah, I was very fortunate, or okay, maybe it was a bad day for him because a player of his caliber should not be making mistakes like this. And I will say I was lucky the whole day. Actually, he kept on making blunders and blunders. Okay, I also made a few blunders, but his blunders were, I mean, like on spot, it was losing.
And again, you lost the second 15 plus 10 rapid game, but then you managed to make another comeback by winning the next two 10 plus 10 rapid game. So, how did you make the second comeback in the tie breaks?
No, it was at least I was at least in a better scenario than the classical time. Yeah, I mean that time I was trailing, and now again it's the score is equal. So I have at least one more game. If something bad happens, I still have one more game, and yeah, I just kept on playing it. Can't think about the results.
In the last game, when you saw that you have knight h4 and getting the entire rook, what was going through your mind then?
Yeah, I saw knight h4. Initially, I was thinking of something like knight c4 or something, but then I saw wait knight h4 works, and then I thought, okay, I just played knight h4, and then I just he gave a reaction like the blunder reaction like, and then I saw wait he has queen e2. It's not directly losing. Then I saw okay knight f5, queen a6, knight e3, queen b6. Here I left the calculation, but after he resigned, I saw okay I have queen g4 in the last position, so it was actually losing. I think I did not check with the engine, but I think that is losing. But okay, it is natural for him to resign after missing knight h4.
Well, at the end of the game, we saw that he got close to you. So, did he tell you anything after the game?
Yeah, he just congratulated me, but I'm sure he was a bit tilted. Yeah, I had to be.
Tomorrow, you are going to face Levon Aronian, the only two-time World Cup winner in history, and Sagar many time in the commentary, not mistakenly, has told you that Aronyak is playing like Aronian. So, playing against Aronian, I mean, someone who has created a history by winning this event twice. What does that mean to you?
I mean, I honestly did not prepare for Ironian. Now my second Orgodi Bhaiya is working right now as of this moment, and on what to play tomorrow. And yeah, I'm going to chill for a bit now. So let's see.
Well, generally, players don't want to reveal their seconds, but you just revealed it. So, are you okay with it?
Yeah, I'm absolutely okay. I mean, I'm not playing candidates or anything. So in my level, I don't think it should be an issue.
And have you faced Aronian in any format, like classical, rapid blitz, or online?
Maybe I've played in some anonymous bullet or something, but as far as I know, in his main IDs, I've never played against him. Also, I did not check, so I'm not sure if I had played against him.
Well, for the first time in World Cup, four players from West Bengal have qualified, and out of them, three have already advanced to the second round. Grandmaster Surjashekar Ganguly, Grandmaster Deeptayan Ghosh, and now you, Aronyok. So, how does it feel that three out of four have advanced to the second round and they are from West Bengal?
It feels nice to have compact case alongside with you, yeah? But, yeah, not much.
Well, Aranyok, I know you have played a lot of matches. You're very tired. You need to take rest for tomorrow's match. Thank you very much for your valuable time. I wish you all the best for tomorrow's match against Levon Aronian.